Hello, my divinities. Welcome to Monday. Hopefully your weekend was great. I'm in the process of moving, so I had a lot of stuff to do. And I didn't finish the zodiac sign readings, but I will finish them. I just don't want to get behind on collectives either. All right, so one more thing. And as I begin the reading, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to Patreon, to Facebook. You guys are my main source of income, and I really, really appreciate your support because I would not be able to do what I love without your support. And it means a lot to me. So thank you. And I also want to thank everybody who also takes the time to comment, to react to videos, to share them, the ones that are public. All of that lets me know you really appreciate my time and energy, and it means so much to me to have your support. So thank you. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Today is Monday, very Cancerian, Neptunian, Piscean energy. So we're going to be looking for the mermaids, advice from the mermaids. What is the energy for today? We've got visions, number 37. We've got freedom, number 7. So this one says psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, out-of-body travel. And this one says independence, self-determination. Ooh, soul cage, rescue, escape from captivity, and destruction, number 24. All right, so let's get the little book. All right, let's start with number 24. Okay, so this energy refers to feeling trapped, restricted, squeezed, or limited. You may be within the confines of a soul cage. The soul cage is every compromise you've ever made that cut a little of your soul off. Every time you lied to keep the peace. It's the job you took because you thought you could never make a living doing what you love. It is every piece of unnecessary entrance we are sold, every time we are told to live in fear, and every time we are encouraged by our culture to live as though we are in great danger. This card and the marrows, hold on. This card and the marrows now ask you, do you wish to free yourself from the soul cage? It need not be done all at once, for there are many bars and many chains and many locks, but little by little they will help you to rediscover the joys of living according to the stories the soul wants you to tell, and you will be free. Okay. Number 37. Visions. So this one says, when you connect to the moon, you will feel more whole, connected and attuned to the cycles of the world, and the fears you may have had around certain issues will fade. You will also allow yourself to see with your psychic vision, and you will speak of what you see, and it will not be considered to be freakish and unusual or mere fantasy. It will be trusted and allowed and explored by you and by others who are close to. These flashes will not come when you are asleep, so they are not dreams, and they can come even when your physical eyes are open. It is a matter of adjusting to having more than one kind of vision and accepting that this is an energetic truth. You will begin to understand and easily interpret these movies being made for you by the divine in alliance with your spirit eye. Okay, interesting. Now, last but not least, number 7. Freedom, freedom, freedom. No, I was kidding. Okay, let's see. This one says, with her independence and fleeting attachments, the mermaid shows us how to maintain who we are within intimate physical relationships. Her unabashed beauty and sexuality and her unself-consciousness show us that we are desirable and powerful simply for being alive. If we feel an affinity only with the mermaid who gives up herself in order to be joined with a lover, we should sincerely examine just how much of ourselves we change when we are with a partner. This mermaid syndrome can extend to women or men who change their appearance, manners, interests, or religion to be with a lover. The mermaid's presence in our lives requires that we become closer to who we truly are and honor our own truths instead of adopting and adapting to another's, sacrificing who we are in order to be with another who may not require that we change at all. Wow. Very fascinating. So it seems like today's collective is going to be very focused on the possibility that somebody here is awakening to the fact that they've put themselves in some sort of soul cage. They've trapped themselves in this place where they change who they are just to be able to be in a connection. And either they're receiving visions that this is not necessary, or they're receiving visions that the love that's coming isn't going to require them to do that. So let's see. What do we need to know about today's collective? Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, Page of Cups, ooh, Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Magician with the Strength card. See, and this is connected because here we have this beautiful creature. Somebody's trying to trap this majestic creature. So for it to come out the way it did, I'm going to say that the only way you can trap a creature as powerful as this is if it allows you to. King of Swords, Four of Cups, Seven of Cups. So this could be, remember, even the energy said it could be a man or a woman. So we're not talking about gender. Don't start. This could be a man or a woman who has allowed this. They have allowed someone to subdue them, or this is who they used to be. With the Four of Cups, though, they've realized that that's not the way for love to go. They're not really winning anything. It just leaves them very sad. It leaves them disappointed because they had this illusion. Somebody here probably had this illusion of like, well, if I turn into what they want me to turn into, then they'll love me forever, right? But that's not how it goes at all. And I feel like someone here is figuring that out. So let's clarify. Because we've got us an Ace of Wands here. And I don't know if this ace is referring to the person that they're with. That maybe they're with someone who they see as really hot. And that's why they feel like, well, to hold on to this person that I'm really physically attracted to, I have to change who I am. With the Eight of Pentacles, though, this could also be someone realizing this and wanting to change, because Eight of Pentacles, like, you see everybody pitching in, doing the work. Somebody here is doing the work, possibly with their inner child. Hopefully. We can dream. But I feel like someone really is doing the work. They've finally understood that they cannot allow people to change them, to mold them. That's never going to be the solution in love. So with the Four of Pentacles coming out reversed, when it's upright, it's somebody who can be very reserved, very held back. With it being reversed, I feel like someone is allowing themselves to open up now. Because with the Magician, they've realized if someone traps them or not, it's up to them. They're the only ones that can tell you whether they're going to end up trapped or not. Nobody else can control them but themselves. Clarify Ace of Wands. Seven of Swords. Clarify Ace of Wands. We've got the Three of Wands and the Knight of Wands. With the Eight of Cups, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups. This could be somebody who fell in love with Queen of Wands, who was more mature than they are. Let's just say mature. It doesn't mean age, although it could be. But they're emotionally disconnecting now because there was a lot of attraction. There was a lot of passion. But there was also a lot of manipulation, a lot of deceit with each other. And this, I'm not sure if this means that the relationship kind of developed very quickly. It started off very sexually and maybe went towards a relationship, but I honestly feel like this is somebody saying, I want more than this. I want more than to be in a connection where I feel suffocated and I feel controlled and I feel subdued. I don't want that. So they are disconnecting. Clarify Eight of Pentacles. Let's see. Oh, that one flipped over. Page of Wands reversed. Four of Swords upright. Clarify Eight of Pentacles. King of Swords. 10 of Cups. The Four of Wands. Five of Wands. Eight of Cups. Whoever today's story is about, they keep showing up as a King of Swords. But with the Page of Wands reversed, they're hesitant to go down new avenues. In fact, they don't want to. They want to reassure themselves that they've healed, that they're doing better, that they are now ready to do the right thing, but they're actually not. Because the Four and the King make the Five of Swords, which is somebody doing the push and pull and the mind games. They want happiness. But if this is somebody who in the past was very subdued by who they chose, I have to be, let's call a spade a spade. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to make this person feel bad. If in case you resonate with this, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. But I do feel like you're not acknowledging your role in being in this place. You are trying to say, well, the Queen of Wands I was with was demanding and bitchy and made me do this, and this person didn't let me watch football anymore, or this person didn't let me hang out with my friends, this person didn't let me do this, and this. There's no such thing as this person did not let me when you are a grown-ass adult, okay? I need you to stop. I need you to stop and think about why you allowed that. And I'm not accusing you of anything with the soul cage here. I want you to remember that a lot of these chains, a lot of the bars that hold us down are things you've been taught. So go and ask yourself, what was I taught about relationships that's making me stay here? Was I taught maybe that when you obey someone unconditionally, you're going to get their approval and their love? Was I taught that maybe you have to change who you are to be able to get into a relationship? Whatever you were taught, that's what you need to examine. Because you're still, whoever your King of Swords is, you're still in this very, I have to defend myself. Although I want happiness, I'm afraid of certain things still. I'm trying to open up, but relationships change you. Relationships, subdue you. No. Remember what I said about this majestic creature? The only way you can trap a creature of this size is if they give up, if they allow you to. Because these are powerful creatures. But because they're not aggressive, they allow you to do it, they do that. Because think, whale hunting is a lot more common than, say, shark hunting or something that's a lot more dangerous, because that fish bites back. Now, let's see, because I do see somebody starting to do the work, right? We had already said that. Clarify Page of Cups. Ooh. The World, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. with the High Priestess. With the Devil, or the shadow side, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is good because we have this King of Swords who normally may not believe in the esoteric. They may not allow themselves to be guided by the esoteric for the most part. They're showing up as somebody who's King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, which is somebody practical, very straightforward, doesn't really believe in a lot of, spirituality. That's more water energy. Even then, this person may have gone to consult somebody about their inner child. Or they went to somebody who's an astrologer, a psychic, a medium, possibly a tarot reader, somebody who has visions. Because remember, psychic images, clairvoyance, out-of-body travel, seeing. This is the person that's alerting them to their shadow side. And this is fate. Fate aligned them with the right person to help them come to terms with which part of their shadow is making them behave this way. And now that they know, hold on. Ooh. I'm sorry. And now that they know, this is somebody who's like, I want to do better. Even if it takes me some time, I want to be consistent. Now that I know, I've received divine clarity, I've received a divine message, I want to do better. Clarify Four of Pentacles reversed. Six of Pentacles. Clarify Four of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Pentacles. Karma, or the Judgment card. Page of Pentacles. The Magician. Six of Swords. So they're barely learning about this. I'm going to hazard a guess that this person is wanting to be a magician, but they're barely learning how to take control of their life. Or they just learned that they are the ones in control of their life. And in learning that they're the ones in control of their life, they're like, oh, well, then let's change this then. Let's not keep things the way they are. Let's move on. Before, with the Four of Pentacles reversed, I feel like this person also was very reluctant to pay for like esoteric services or healing or therapy or things of that nature. They didn't believe in that. They thought it was useless. But the more that they delve into it, now they're like, okay, I'll pay. I'll pay because I'm realizing this is helping me turn into a more independent person. This is helping me with karma in this energy, and the energy we're reading now. It's the realization of I end up where I allow myself to end up. It's not karma as, most people interpret karma as punishment, but karma is a consequence. So, for example, if someone is really studious and does their schooling and studies extra and does extra assignments, they're most likely going to end up a really great student. Not because maybe they're a terrible person, but it's a consequence of the effort they put in. So this is somebody realizing that. Me being in a soul cage was a consequence of me allowing it. And now that I want freedom, I have to decide that I am free. I have to decide when is enough. Clarify the Magician. Nine of Swords. Clarify the Magician. With the Star. Page of Cups again. The Seven of Wands, the Sun, Knight of Cups. So This could also be somebody who has an artistic tendency, but their gifts, their artistic gifts, the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, their artistic gifts are very connected to their inner child. So this is something that they've had blocked for a long time, but it's also something that they're really drawn to. It makes them happy. It like puts them in a good mood. Remember, the soul cage is also somebody realizing that they're pursuing a career just for practicality. Like it's following parents' advice of like, just get that job because it's going to pay you money, or just take this career because this was going to have you stable, without it being what they actually want to do. So the more and more that they are realizing, the more that they are receiving insight, it's almost like it stresses them out more. And this is not unusual. I just want to say that because when we first realize that we're the ones in charge of our reality, when we first realize that the situation we're in is because we allowed it, it is a little disconcerting. It is a little like, what? You mean I fucked myself over? Yes, we did. But with healing comes refreshment, comes, the acknowledgement that I'm the one in control. Oh shit, I'm the one in control. Yes, we always were. We always were the ones in control. So let's see. So I've got to say, maybe it's because I'm a shadow worker, but it blows my mind every time I go through comments and people message me and they'll start telling me that person didn't let me do this. And I'm like, let you? Why would you allow them to decide that? Hold on. Okay, we got Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. The Emperor. 5 of Wands. There's that King of Swords. I'm telling you, this is a masculine. Again, this does not have to be a man. It is a masculine with the 5 of Cups. Knight of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. My heart goes out to this person, really. Because there's so much acknowledgement coming through of their own responsibility in this whole scenario. But there is a lot of sorrow. Because here, in some of the cultures, which even the Oracle of the Mermaid, I think I could probably find one that shows me that if it doesn't take too long. But in some cultures, there's I forget if it's the Irish cultures or the Scottish cultures, but there's the belief of the Selkies. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But Selkies were not mermaids. They were women that changed into seals. And they could switch in and out of that body. I don't know if I have it here, but the legend also said that with a Selkie, they would wear this it doesn't really show it, but this is the one I'm talking about. It makes her look like a mermaid. But it's supposed to show her, they would supposedly wear like a red cap. And some people thought the red cap represented their hair. But if the skin of the Selkie was caught and she couldn't transform back into a Selkie, she was trapped on land. And supposedly the way the legend goes, that happened quite often, because if you had one of these type of feminine energies, you had treasure. They came with, blessings. They were like a good luck charm. So people would force these Selkies that were trapped on land now to marry them, because they had their, like the only way they would allow them to go back is if they had control over when and how and all of that. So this, because of the story we have now, it's what it's making me think of. Somebody here possibly hugging a friend or relative because they can't go back. they can't go back into the sea, into the ocean with them. And it might have happened because they were all passionate, they were impulsive, they did something that now they're sitting here feeling like you can't cheer them up. Somebody here is devastated at realizing they allowed this. And I'm sorry. I know that that's hurtful. I know that it's confusing. Especially because I think most people don't realize how dangerous this is, because they're like, well, this person loves me and they're also doing things for me, so I have to do things for them, right? It's not about that. It's definitely okay to compromise with your partner, but there are certain things you should not compromise about. So, for example, if one person is of one religion and another person is of a different religion, compromise is somebody saying, okay, so for this holiday that has to do with your religion, we'll be with your family, but with this holiday has to do with my religion, we'll be with my family. That's compromise. The soul cage energy is somebody saying, oh, that's okay. I can now become a part of your religion. Even though their faith is still with the other one, they will change their whole religion just so that their partner is happy. That's not compromise. So here we have somebody who, I mean, they are doing really well though, because look at them. They're like, okay, got it. Okay, so it's me. Okay, taking notes, like I see. I'm telling you, they're taking this very seriously. They want to make a change. They want to transform. But I do think that they're also tapping into their own gifts as they do so. This looks like somebody who's scrying. Not that they have to be scrying, but this is somebody who is tapping into visions of the future. They're getting used to that. It's helping them empower themselves because they're realizing, you know what? And this could be same sex, or this could be somebody standing up to their father. This could be somebody standing up to a partner who is also in a masculine energy, but look at they're drawing the line like, no more. I will no longer allow this. Let's see. Clarified Knight of Pentacles. The Lovers, Page of Cups, Two of Wands. I want to mention, I don't know, for those of you who follow me on my personal page, you know that I love Korean dramas. I do. And there's a Korean drama I was watching the other day, and this reminds me of that because the girl was like a personal assistant to this wealthy CEO, and she quit. And when she quit, he was so confused, like, why? Like, he paid her more than enough, and he really made, like, he was so used to her being his companion for like 9 years. And she starts telling him that it's because she wants to find, who she is. She wants to, basically, she let him know through multiple conversations that she didn't have time of her own anymore. Her whole life revolved around him. She was always at his beck and call. Even he would call her in the middle of the night and she would have to go do things. And he was kind of hurt. He just stood there looking at her. He's like, you never said no. And she was like, she blinked almost like, okay, that's true. But it's like he was hurt because he never meant to be this overbearing, like take control of your life type of person. But she allowed it. And there's a perfect example for what's going on here. People are naturally, and this is not an accusation of any sort, but humans are naturally selfish. This is why those who are not naturally selfish are always like, I'm the most giving person ever. Shut the fuck up, first of all. Because they're selfish too. just in a different way, and they don't recognize it. So usually this happens because somebody's like, well, that person loves me. Why would they take advantage of me? I would never take advantage of them. It doesn't matter. People don't know sometimes when they're going too far. You are the one that has to say, hey, so I love you, but that's something I can't compromise on. We can figure out a half and half scenario, but I'm not giving that up. For example, if somebody ever tells you, I don't want you hanging out with these friends, it bothers me, like, no, that's control. I would understand if you have a friend, because there's always a gray area, right? Like if you have friends who are constantly disrespecting your partner, I understand your partner saying, I don't like that person. Or if you have friends who are constantly encouraging you to break up with your partner and go be single, I can see why your partner would have a problem with that, right? But if your friends are supportive and they love you, and it's not like they're trying to cause problems in your relationship, there should be no reason why your partner is telling you to not have friends. So be careful. But again, the learning someone here is doing has a lot to do with connection, how to build the right type of connection, how to be in a connection while still maintaining their own independence and freedom. So instead of being codependent, they're learning to be interdependent. There's a difference. And this is very pleasing to their inner child because it's reconnecting them with their creative self without fear of it being taken advantage of. With the Two of Wands, they may have plans already. This feels like, okay, so this could go one of two ways. Either one, they're still in the connection that's had them in a soul cage, and so this is making the plan to walk away. There's three ways this could go. There's that way. Second way, this could be the fact that they're still in the connection, but they're like, okay, but I still love this person and I want to work it out with them. I just don't want them walking all over me. So now I'm determined I will start saying no. When things, like if somebody says, oh, hey, and they're in a relationship and one person loves having people over and the other person does not, they start compromising. Okay, so instead of never having people over, or instead of always having people over, we can do that every other weekend, maybe, things like that. Like they're starting to lay a determined response to certain things. Or third, this is somebody who already walked out of a connection because it was like that, and they're realizing they can choose whether things are going to go that way, and they have their eye on someone. So this could go one of those ways. Clarify Knight of Cups. Four of Wands, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Oh, the Empress, World card, and the Eight of Cups. I also want to remind you guys that you want to really think about your relationship around the word no and around rejection, because this is connected to that. People who have a hard time standing up for themselves or explaining, this doesn't make me happy, or I don't want to do that, are afraid that if they set a boundary, they're going to lose the person they love. They're afraid that if they say no, or I don't want to do that, the person they love is going to interpret that as I don't love you. So if you are that type of person, you need to examine, where did that belief come from? Who taught me that? Why do I think this? Is that something I do? If somebody sets a boundary with me, do I interpret that as this person must not love me? Because then that means you are also a person who's difficult to put boundaries with, and you don't want to be that person, right? You don't want to be the person who also takes advantage of other people or puts them in a soul cage because you guilt trip them into doing what you want. So I'm going to go with the second option. Well, actually all three options still resonate. So there's the option of this masculine is in the connection with the Empress, or this could be King of Swords dealing with their parents. Because these two are a pair, Emperor and Empress. But with the World card, there's a walking away. So This is either somebody walking away from a relationship or somebody walking away from parental figures. But it's it's being in the place of saying, I want freedom. I want to have a different type of connection. I want to have a different type of life. And being very confident about it. Being very confident in what they're learning, in what they are, in the future that they see for themselves. They can see it. They've had visions. And even if they're walking away from someone they really loved, this could also be walking towards a different type of person. Maybe they just don't know it yet, or they saw it and they just don't know when. Clarify the Emperor. Clarify the Emperor. Page of Wands. Eight of Cups. Emperor again. In case we were doubtful of who the Emperor was, King of Swords again, Seven of Pentacles, the Moon. So remember when I said that this High Priestess that they consulted, I helped them get in touch with their shadow side. This person is invested now. All the things in their subconscious that once upon a time they didn't understand or they didn't think were important, now they're investing. They're investing into this because they see this now as a very crucial part of them being able to armor themselves, make wise decisions, be strategic, basically protect themselves. Not only protect themselves, but empower themselves. So now they're willing. Before, Page of Wands reversed, they were not willing to go down and explore paths. Now they are, because they trust themselves now. They know even if I love someone, if that person is disrespectful, abusive, I will walk away. And I know that now. So I'm not afraid to go down different roads because I know my limits and I know the limits that I'm going to put with other people. Clarify Five of Wands. Okay, we've got the Three of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the shadow side again, Ten of Swords, Justice card, High Priestess again, Four of Swords. Page of Swords, the Magician, Five of Cups. So having been very devastated at the realization that they were in control the whole time, the only reason they did start awakening, the only reason that they were able to sort all this out is because they started asking the right questions. Like, okay, so why is this something important to me? Why do I allow this? What is it I'm afraid of? Because usually this type of behavior comes from the root chakra. For the most part, it's out of fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of being ostracized, fear of not being loved, fear of being told, who are you to be telling me this, etc., etc. There's a lot of different ways that could work, but they're asking the right questions now. So with Three of Cups, somebody here is not only learning to do that in connections, but they're learning to put boundaries with friendships too. If maybe they had friends who were like, hey, I know how supportive you are of me. Guess what? I'm going to drop off the kids so you can watch them so I can go do this. And they didn't even ask permission. They don't even know if you have something in your schedule where you can't do that. Because although it's new, somebody here is like, I want to do this the right way. I want to build the right foundations around me. So they're delving into their shadow side and putting a stop to things like, no. And the Justice card is a wonderful energy in this case because it's being objective. It's like saying, okay, although I understand this, this, and that, it's being able to see both sides of things. Let me tell you the other side of this. So, for example, people who constantly need help, right? There's people who never have enough for bills, or they never have a babysitter, or they never do this, and they take advantage of the kindness of others sometimes. With the Justice card, it's like, okay, although I understand that you are struggling, I also know that this could be fixed. So for some time, I can continue helping you, but would you allow me to help you get on track? And if not, that shows me, that you're not willing to improve. And this means it's going to be a constant thing. Is that something that you're willing to work on, or you can always stay that way? So they're being very objective because they don't want to keep being the victim. They don't want to keep being the person other people walk on. And with the High Priestess having given them the key, now they want to heal. They want to address the parts of themselves that keep them in this soul cage. Well done. Clarify King of Swords. Clarify the King of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So the storyline I'm going to stick with the most is a masculine trying to get away from someone else. This Queen of Wands, Empress person. That could be a mother. That could be a lover. It's just, yeah, look at that. Okay. So it still applies both ways. On one hand, it could be that if it's a son and a mother, or a daughter who's very masculine with her mother, it could be that everybody's telling this person, hey, this is your mother. You're supposed to take care of your mother, even if it's driving this person crazy. Because they deal with someone who's very overbearing, very controlling, and they're struggling to set boundaries with someone who doesn't care about boundaries because they're realizing it's not going to work. It's not going anywhere. I keep setting boundaries and this person keeps, even if I enforce them and I remind them, they laugh or they don't care. So it's driving this person crazy, but again, they're in control. So this is interesting to discuss with the High Priest here, the Hierophant, because a lot of people will tell you what your duty is towards a family member or towards a friend or towards, whoever you're dealing with, without telling you that if that person is abusing of that energy, you can say no. Everybody highlights how often you need to take care of the people who raised you. And I do believe that. I do believe that we need to show gratitude. But I also believe that if someone is taking advantage of that, you can say, stop. No, that's not okay. And this person is struggling with this concept because there's something, this could also be a spouse and they have to take care of this spouse. So there's something here where they feel duty bound to do something, but at the same time, they're realizing that they are not being respected. They are not being supported. It's really just a taking situation. Somebody keeps taking from them. So they're being strategic. They're making plans. They're hiding the plans, but they feel like this is the only way that they can gain their freedom. If they let whoever this Empress person is, if they let them know that they want to walk away, they're going to sabotage this king's ability to walk away. So this person has to do this way. They are doing the right thing. I think this is the universe reassuring this king, you are doing the right thing, because they keep showing up as a King of Swords over and over and over and over. The King of Swords, the Emperor, these are the masculines that do the right thing. So if they do walk away, it's not going to be because they were cheating. It's not going to be because they just want, to gallivant around the world. They're walking away because they felt like, we can't work this out. I can't get this person to see that behaving this way causes more difficulty between us. I can set boundaries, but if this person doesn't respect them, it means that they don't care about how I feel about things. And therefore, what am I doing here? Okay. Let's see. Let's scoot these up. And let's look at the next row. Oh, see? What do we talk about? A cage, and there's the devil. I'm telling you. The star reversed. Oh, no. Three of Pentacles. Strength. Queen of Swords. Death. King of Cups. The Tower. This tells us that this masculine has the right idea. They have the right idea about the soul cage. They're awakening to this. But Spirit is also reassuring this person, it's going to take time. Look at this. Look at the damage that has been caused here. This is not something that can be repaired overnight. This masculine, the realization that they're the ones in charge just blew their mind. They blew their mind because they never thought. It's like this person always shielded themselves behind, no, this Empress is just abusive and I have to deal with it because I'm duty bound. And they finally realized, no, you're not. I'm not sure why I'm sneezing. I slept well. Everything is fine. I'm getting stressed over this, I guess. I'm stressing out for this poor masculine. Anywho, the fact that they realized they were in control the whole time blew their mind. And now they are very decisive. But this is just going to take time. That's what I'm going to keep saying, because this person, remember the whale, this is somebody who has a huge spirit. Let's put it that way, a gentle spirit. So although they are in sorrow because they realize that they allowed themselves to be captured, they allowed themselves to be wounded, they are decisive, but it's like this is someone who does not like conflict. They don't like fighting. So they're stepping into the energy of change, but because they are a gentle person, they're going to do it little by little. And Spirit is reassuring them that still counts. Because here we see people trying to change what's happening in the environment, right? Even if it seems like it doesn't make an impact, it does. It happens little by little. We are a grain of sand, but many grains of sand will make a difference. So this is somebody realizing it's going to take time. That's why all this Knight of Pentacles energy also keeps coming out, because you have to be consistent. The more you say no, the more you set boundaries, the more natural it becomes. After a while, you don't care if people say, oh, that person's a bitch or that person's an asshole because they don't help me and they don't do that. Okay, well, you can think that. but we know that there's more to it than that. But I said, oh no, a while ago when this combination came out, because I feel like this person is a little bit in despair with the star reversed. They're losing hope that they'll ever be able to escape this cage. They're losing hope that they'll ever be able to be this empowered emperor. They see themselves as, I'm just too soft. I'm too soft. And I want to have this Mars energy, because the tower is Mars energy. I want to have this Mars energy that stands up, and, Aries Mars energy here, double Mars. I'm decisive and I'm a warrior and I want to be this person. But what if I'm not? What if I'm just a gentle giant who can't stand up for themselves? And the thing is, that's not true. That is not true. How do you change? By addressing your foundation. 3 of Pentacles. Somebody was raised to be this type of person. They might have had parents who, there's a spectrum, right? So on one hand, they could come from the end of the spectrum that says you should never say no, that's mean. You should always give to others. You should always be of service. They might have had parents who taught them that, or they might have had parents who were abusive, and this person had to be at their beck and call. And that's how they were used to expressing love, being at someone's beck and call. But we all know that that's not enough, right? There has to be more. There has to be a stronger foundation. So this person is examining their foundation because they want to escape, but they can't lose hope though. Because just like with everything else, setting and enforcing boundaries is a skill. And it's a skill that you learn with time. It doesn't come automatically. It happens little by little. Every time that you do it, you're rewriting the little neurons in your brain that are firing off. You're creating new pathways in your brain saying, oh, this is something I do. This is something I'm okay with. This is something I'm going to continue doing. Just like with any other habit, the more you do it, the more it becomes a natural thing. This is masculine is a giant, but they're a giant energetically. They are somebody who has a huge spirit, a huge heart. But they have to learn to say no. They have to learn to be able to look at things objectively. Because I think that this is somebody who usually leads with their heart, but spirit is like, that's all fine and dandy. Nobody's telling you to disconnect from your heart, but that doesn't mean you have to stop using your brain. So for example, what I mean by that is, like if somebody is going out to the parking lot and they pass somebody that's homeless, are you going to give them your car? Hopefully not. Like, yes, we want to show compassion for people who are in a bad position, but there's levels, right? Just because you feel compassion doesn't mean that you need to be so riddled with guilt that now you give them everything you possess. Because also, the logical, clear part of your mind will tell you that when you give someone too much without them earning it, they won't appreciate it. And then you'll feel even angrier when you realize that everything you gave them wasn't appreciated, but because they didn't earn it. So there's limits to how much you can give and how you give those things. So I'm going to stop part 1 here, and we're going to move to part 2 where I clarify this row. And if you've made it this far, thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence, your support. Please make sure to comment and react. If you are following me on part 2, I will see you on the other side. Bye-bye.